I'm not in the predictions game anymore. And I don't trust John Roberts as far as I could throw him. But I would have a really hard time believing John Roberts is going to cast a critical vote, knowing the Constitution has no specific carve-out for him to do that. None. Impeachment update. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been so focused on everything going on and tying the connections between the swamp players and their motives for doing what they're doing. The shows recently have exploded that I haven't been able to get to much of the impeachment hoax outside of the big questions, what the Democrats are really hiding in Ukraine via the impeachment hoax. But last night there was a development. PJ Media has a story on it. So here's the story. The Democrats want to call new witnesses. Now, let me give you a little background on this so you understand what's going on. This would be unprecedented. Despite what the Democrats have told you, we're having a trial without witnesses, all these liars. Ladies and gentlemen, there have been 18 witnesses in the impeachment portion of the trial, the impeachment portion of the proceedings so far in the House. There have not been no witnesses. That's just a lie. Democrats lie all the time because that's what Democrats do. They are liars. They lie about lying. They're shameless, effortless liars. And it's effortless because lying is what they do, so it creates no effort. They probably pass a polygraph because they think their lies are the truth because they lie so much. There have been 18 witnesses. Now, Adam Schiff has told you there are 17 witnesses because he's hiding the testimony of the 18th witness, the Inspector General of the intelligence community, who allegedly his testimony, remember, he's the 18th witness in the House impeachment proceedings that were held secretly. His testimony is about how Adam Schiff coordinated with the whistleblower to fabricate these impeachment charges. So Adam Schiff keeps telling everybody there's only 17 witnesses. There are 18. He's just hiding the portion where he gets nailed in this thing for his coordinated efforts, and I'll get to that in a few minutes too. There have been witnesses. Now, for those of you saying on the Democrat side, I'm giving you all the ammo you need. The Democrats are going to say a trial without witnesses, false. There have been 18 witnesses. Second, they're going to say, well, in the Clinton proceeding, there were witnesses, in the Clinton impeachment trial, that is, there were witnesses in the Senate trial. That is accurate. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
They were not new witnesses. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand this. I cannot have you go into the weekend being misled by faulty, lying Democrat talking points. The Clinton standard was not to introduce witnesses into the Senate impeachment trial that had never been spoken to before. No one has spoken to John Bolton before. No one has spoken to Mick Mulvaney, the president's acting chief of staff at the time. Nobody has spoken. These are new witnesses. And now they want to, what they want, Joe, is a never-ending, ongoing Senate trial where they can constantly produce new Julie Swetnick-like Kavanaugh charges. We saw Brett Kavanaugh at the Punch Bowl. They want this to go on in perpetuity, hoping somebody comes forward at some point and lies about the president, and so they can then vote once they get this new Julie Swetnick-type information. Remember the Kavanaugh thing? All of these new witnesses that came out?
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
The Punch Bowl lady and others, and then we had Swetnick and all these other people leveling these charges. The lady, oh, he attacked me in the back of a car. False. That's what they want. Do you get what they're doing? They don't want witnesses. They want an ongoing Senate fiasco. So every Tuesday night at 3 or 4 o'clock, Tuesday afternoon, so they can hit the evening news cycle, they'll launch another fake charge. No. I heard President Trump told a guy who told a woman who heard a dude overhear a dude who said that the president made a quid pro quo. No facts in this case have changed at all. The aid was delivered on time before the September 30th deadline to the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians are not victims. Just ask them. No one in Ukraine is claiming they were pressured. And the Democrat corruption in Ukraine is real. None of that changes. No witness will ever change that. That's why they want this vote. So as you see in the PJ Media piece, you can always count on Susan Collins to abandon you or create unnecessary drama. Now you may say, well, she did the right thing in the Kavanaugh thing. You know what? It was after like days and days of her. I mean, come on. She knows this is a sham. So Susan Collins has said, well, I'll vote for witnesses. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's do some simple math. The Senate currently has 53 Republicans and 47 Democrats, or people who caucus with Democrats. In order to get witnesses, they need 51, a majority. It's very simple. So if Collins folds and Romney folds, and Romney's just, I have no faith in Romney at all. And then Murkowski, I mean, they're three Democrats, are not really even Republicans. If they fold, the vote would be 53 minus 3, Collins, Romney, and Murkowski. It'd be 50-50. Now, some of you may say, well, the vice president then votes, right? No, the vice president does not vote. Not in an impeachment trial. So, Dan, what happens? Well, again, the Reader's Digest version is a 50-50 vote in the Senate in an impeachment trial. The tie is not broken by the vice president. It goes down. Meaning, even if they lose Collins, Murkowski, and Romney, who vote for witnesses, they don't, again, it's all a sham. I get that. But even if they vote for new witnesses, unprecedented in any impeachment trial in American history, new witnesses, never spoken to before, after an impeachment, he's already been impeached. If they vote for him, it goes down. Now, again, because we do facts, which you will not get from the media, John Roberts is the presider, the Chief Justice of the United States, in the impeachment trial. There is a precedent for a Chief Justice of the United States in an impeachment trial to cast a deciding vote. Chief Justice Chase in the Andrew Johnson impeachment actually 2 times broke a tie. Having said that, there is no constitutional precedent for that. There may be precedent that it happened, but because it wasn't challenged doesn't mean it was right. The Constitution is crystal clear, Joe. The Senate has the sole power to try impeachments. It mentions nothing at any point anywhere in the Constitution about the Chief Justice of the United States casting a deciding vote in such a critical question. Nothing. I'm not in the predictions game anymore, and I don't trust John Roberts as far as I could throw him. But I would have a really hard time believing John Roberts is going to cast a critical vote, knowing the Constitution has no specific carve-out for him to do that. None.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.